What's going on, everyone? It's time for another sci-fi film review. Today we're going to talk about a film called Passengers. It was released by Columbia Pictures December 21st, 2016. Stars Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. It was written by John Saints and produced by Neil H. Moritz, Stephen Namel, Michael Marr, and Ori Murmur. And it was directed by Morten Tellitum, who did films like The Initiation Game, Headhunters, Fallen Angels, and Buddy. This had a box office. This film had a box office earnings of over $303.1 million. I think it had like a $50 to $60 million range for a budget, so it did pretty well. So this is a sci-fi film of Chris Pratt plays a character on this massive spaceship that's flying through space to colonize a new planet that can sustain our life, and he gets woken up randomly like 100 years too early, and he gets really lonely. He knows there's like he meets a bartender that ends up being a robot, and kind of just ends up going through cabin fever type scenarios. But then he has the crazy idea of waking up another person to accompany him, and he does, and he keeps it from him until the ship starts acting up, and then they have to try to save everyone on board and to save the mission. So this was a pretty interesting setup for a sci-fi film. It does have some really good, well done shots in this. This overall, the visual effects and everything look really good in this. The acting is actually pretty good too. And yeah, just aesthetically, it looks really good. For the characters in them are pretty standard for this type of scenario. You kind of have your typical average characters in film to be moving the thing along, and it just turned out to be like a standard sort of character arcs in this. There's nothing really too gripping for it. So when serious things do happen, you kind of expect it to happen the way they wrote these characters in the story, and it kind of just plays out that way. It's a little bit predictable. The story itself is actually has some pretty good ideas. It's just they didn't really know how to implement them very well, I thought. Some things just sporadically happen, and then you're just like, okay, so it's going to go this route. It does, and then there's no real mystery to what's actually going to happen to these characters. You kind of just know the whole outcome, and then as the story progresses, it kind of just dulls itself out. Basically, it kind of just makes it into what you're expecting, and there's no real added mystery or suspense to it because you already can predict everything that's going on, and they made it really obvious. Also, I think the trailer gave a lot away, so it kind of took away that very unique viewing experience for some. But I still thought it was well acted, and it did have some pretty good popcorn moments in it and stuff. It's a good way to kill an hour or two, and yeah, for the most part, I thought it was all right. So I'm going to give Passengers probably a 3 out of 5. It's a good popcorn sci-fi flick. Nothing too standard or anything, but boy, you could tell the director loved The Shining. The way they shot the bar scenes look exactly like The Shining and stuff. It's very reminiscent of some other films like that, where you can usually tell when someone really loves a certain film just because of the way they shoot certain things. You see that a lot in movies, but this one you could definitely tell. But yeah, if you do want, if this sounds like a movie you might be interested in, it is on Netflix, and also I'll link the trailer down below if you don't have Netflix. So that's also linked. The trailer's linked down below. Also linked down below is my Instagram, so I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually put the film title in there and some fun fact or history thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below. Dare Repeat Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Also, make sure you subscribe. Hopefully, we'll find something weird, obscure, and on that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also, show you my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic films, and reviews on other things. Also, make sure you subscribe because it's all October, so I'm doing a countdown to Halloween, plus other movies like this. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe for those. And don't forget to ring that bell because we're going to continue on the countdown to Halloween with I Know What You Did Last Summer, the 2025 remake. So make sure you tune in for that because I did the first one, so I'm finally doing the remake. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those annoying astronauts, I guess you could call them, waking people up because they're gullible and bored and putting other people's lives at risk because that's what life is. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.